Good afternoon. Today is the 29th of September and here we are at Milton Keynes Museum for part 2 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2024 British Leyland Autumn Rally. So we've seen a number of nice cars so far and we will continue to try not to fall over and get things wrong and not have any wind noise, but I can't promise that any of those will be successful. So 2002 MGF, we saw that in part 1. And then we got some land crabs. 1971-72 Austin 1800 Mark II. I have driven one of these on my channel. I drove it in 2022 actually. It was a very early Mark II. This is much later. When I drove was a 68. That's got a July 72 replica tax test, so I imagine it's probably a 71. And then we've got a rather nice Wolsley version. This is BV 1800 because the Wolsley 6 didn't come out till 1972, so this would be an 1800. Funny umbrella handbrake. I think this will be an auto. Yeah, the automatic ones have a gear lever on the right hand side of the dash. There we go, 1885 these are called, rather than 1800s, do apologise. Then an Austin 1800 Mark II, the 1800S version, this one. Personal plate on this. Can't remember exactly what year this is. We've got some rather natty alloy wheels on this, and also got some accessories like these Lucas fog lamps, and then the sort of vinyl roof and things, the opening vinyl roof. Very nice. Another Wolseley 1885 here. 70 to 71 registration. This one's also an auto. The sort of person who would have bought Wolseley back in the day, though, probably would have preferred an automatic. Actually, this one and the one next to it are both automatics. This one is a slightly earlier one on an H6970. So much space in these. Like, for the amount of room they occupy on the road, the space efficiency is incredible. And then another Wolseley, this time a bit later. This is from sort of 72, 73, like this purple colour. And also this is the 6-cylinder version known as Wolseley 6. There we go. And then another Austin 1800 Mark II, 68 to 69 on a G. This one's a manual. Fantastic. Cowley built Rover 75 in 2000. 2.5, probably a club I should think. This one. In Wedgwood blue. And then bit of a contrast, a ZT190 2004 to 5 facelifted car in X-Power grey. Someone's upgraded the entertainment system in there, which is sensible. And then pre-facelift ZT, same colour, X-Power grey. That's got the original infotainment in it. This is the 260 model actually, so it's got a V8 engine, which is bonkers. So it'll be rear-wheel drive as well. I've driven one of these and it was an experience. The clutch is very heavy in those. So move on to something a bit older, and some Maestros and Montegos. The car's very close to my heart. This is one of the earliest Maestros in existence. It's 1983. Registered originally by Henleys of Ewell. Ewell was actually the place where I lived when I started a channel 6 years ago. I lived in Ewell. And I know exactly what the dealership was as well. This has got the early dash in it. It's a 1.3L with no passenger mirror and a blue steering wheel. Excellent. There's the early dash on the Maestros. And as a contrast, we've got an MG Maestro Turbo here. These are worth a lot of money, viewers. Sort of £13,000 or something like that. This is a 1990. It's one of the last of the MG Maestros. An awful lot more power. I think they had 68 horsepower, these ones. This had about 152. So much faster. And a nice dark green colour. Yes, please, viewers. Unfortunately, I can't see Maestro Van den Plaats. I prefer one of those, that'll do. I'll have to skip this one because we can't talk about it on the channel. And we'll go on to talk about this Maestro HLE, which is the one with a 5-speed gearbox with the economy ratios. I know, I do apologise. This is just the long 4-speed. This one, it's an early one. Oh, Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power Channels will be delighted. This one's for sale. Call Roberto on 07970 530 872. Wonderful. 83, 84 registration. I think the later actually did have a 5-speed gearbox. This was one of the early ones, so it doesn't. This car is about 10 years later. It's 93, 94. I think it's only a Clubman or something like that. We're not quite into Ledbury territory here, which is some later ones, or the Apple 2000 ones. See Mr. Brooke from Beards and Bangers filming that van we can't talk about. 1988-89 MG Maestro 2-litre EFI. I think this is just before they sort of made some changes to them, like the alloy wheels changed and things like that about this time. Maybe the bumpers and things. I have driven a 2-litre EFI Maestro from 1991, and it was the last of the MG models. It actually was called the 2-litre I, but otherwise quite similar. Also this colour, delightful car actually. The 2-litre Maestro with the nice Honda PG1 gearbox. Another turbo version here with the correct alloy wheels, getting the same colour. Someone's put a very, very nice interior in there. Delightful. We like that very much, viewers. 88, 89 on an F. This is a rarity. It's a 1.6 SL Maestro. In 1988, they discontinued both the Mayfair and the Van den Pla versions and replaced them with the SL and the LX. I can't remember which way around it was. I think the SL was the sort of Mayfair type one and the LX was the Van den Pla type one, but I can't remember now. 89, 90 on a G. And then a very powerful Montego indeed, the type we didn't really get. We didn't get a 2-litre turbo estate Montego. Somebody's made one here and actually fitted even more power, because this is the T-Series turbo and not the O-Series turbo. It was in the MG Montego and MG Maestro turbos. 94, 95, right at the end. I think that's 95 red, that colour. And the contrast here, a 1984 Montego 2-litre EFI before the turbo came out, and this has the Digidash in it. It's a very, very rare thing to see, a Montego Digidash. It didn't make them very long because they had problems with them. Why we didn't learn from the launch of the Maestro 83, I don't know, but there we go, it didn't. I'll just skip that one and move on to this facelift Montego 1.6 SL with the same engine as that G registration green Maestro. Facelift occurred, I think October 88 it was, and yeah, the Mayfair was discontinued as well, so this was like a, previously would have been known as like an, I don't know, like an HLS or something, then an SL, so really liked it different. And then something that I really like, this Lake Countryman 2-litre injection automatic, 93, 94 on an L. Fantastic. I mean, I prefer the GSI version to this. The GSI was very, very rare. That'll do, won't it? That'll do nicely. Then we move on to a car we saw yesterday at Rustival. This is a 1981 Mini Metro. It is absolutely the base model. No passenger mirror, vinyl seats, really nothing at all. It didn't even get a rear wiper. Amazing, isn't it? With Mini Metro badge. I think this is Applejack, is it, that colour? Next to it, quite an early MG Metro 1300. This is the sort of earlier type ones they made, introduced in 1982. That is a 1984 car, I think, because the later 84 ones are a bit different. I'll just skip that Rover 100 there, viewers, move on to this van. The Metro actually continued in its original A-Series form, but in van version only until 1992. This is a very, very rare van then, still with the A-Series Metro front end and engineering and everything, but built well after the Rover Metro had come into production in 1990. So yeah, delightful to see that, especially in that sort of condition. It's beautiful. 82, 83 Metro here, high specification one with the flush lamps, as opposed to, you can see the poverty spec one there on the van. Very nice indeed. Not quite a Van der Pla, but probably like an HLS, something like that. Then we on to something much later. This is about sort of 15 years after that one was made. 1996, 97 registration, this Rover 100. With some nice seats in it. It's just like a GTA or something. Oh, it's a Knightsbridge, but it's been made to look a bit like a GTA. Nightfire red. And then something else I quite like. This is a 92-93 Metro 1.4 SL. There was also a GS which had an optional leather interior. This is the one below that. This has got the automatic gearbox in it. That is ever so nice. I prefer a GS, but that'll do. Another Rover 100 here. This is a late one. Production finished December 97, and this is a 97 and 98 registration. 114 GSI with parking sensor, which would have been a rare option. I have driven one of these. I drove one of these actually back in April. It was a Nightfire red one, registered in 1998. This one is a Metro City. This is the sort of 88, 89 on an F, sort of quite low down the order, but a lot of you like the sort of lower spec variants of these, so there we go. Another Rover 100 here, in this sort of purple colour that was sort of popular back in the day. And that is a Knightsbridge SE model, probably a 111 or 114. Then a Metro GTA. I never quite understood the purpose of the GTA, because it was very, very similar to the MG Metro. In fact, it was the same wheels on here, same engine and everything. I think the reason for this was perhaps like a special edition, like run-out model. I didn't really understand. Somebody can tell me in the comments section, you know, whether there is a real difference between the GTAs and the MGs. But we've got quite a basic early Rover Metro here. Probably the 1.1 or something like that. Yeah, 4-speed gearbox. It's 1.1L, so it's not the C, which was like no glove box and things like that. A little bit above that, but still not the most luxurious car in the world. But that's in really, really nice condition. And then this sporty Metro here. Very sporty. It's a GTI. The GTA was a little bit different from this. The GTI has this extraordinary seats. You get a bit more power as well than the GTA. There we go. There's the GTI seats in there. And we've got electric windows. Absolute decadent electric windows. Wow. Fabulous. And then we've got the SI, which was below the GTA and the GTI. You get a 3 or a 5 door. Someone's put interesting wheels on there, and also Momo steering wheel. Wonderful. And then a late A series Metro. I have to look at the back and see exactly what model that is. Talking about the GTAs earlier, this is a GTA. Don't know exactly what year that is. Nice steering wheel. Yeah, 114 GTA. That Metro there, the A series one, is a Clubman 1.3L. Clubman 1.3L. It's an L or a Clubman or both. Maybe both of it. And we've got an early Mark II Metro here, 1.3 City X on a D, so 86 this one will be approximately. The reason someone's put some alloy wheels on here is because original steel wheels for the Mark I and Mark II Metros are very hard to get tyres for. So you have alloy wheels like on this sort of, I suppose it's like a crossover model, this one. It's owned by a chap called Dave, this particular car, who is around here somewhere. He's got some earlier wheels on this. I think we should have later wheels on it, but it's like a hybrid between the two. And it, you know, you can fit whatever you like to your car. It's sort of up to you. But it looks very sort of actually sort of unique, that one. I like the sort of side graphics and everything like that. Fantastic. Metros are very nice cars to drive as well. Just spent a little bit hard on them. Right. We'd either go this way or that way. I think we'll go this way, viewers, and look at some Maxis. 1971 Maxi 1750, early rod change car. There is a cable change one around here as well, viewers. We'll have a look at that. There we go. Front end and the rod change one is actually different. This is a Maxi 2 actually. This is sort of right at the end. They made these 1980 to 81 only. Don't know why it took so long to do that, but yeah, all of them both straight to 1750s. This is the L model, and then a russet brown 1750 Maxi from 78 79 on a T. Rip speed kit in this one. Very sort of nice, comfy cars to drive. The gear changes can be a bit obstructive, but they're interesting nevertheless. This one is a Citroen yellow Maxi, 75-76 on a P. This is the 1750. Someone's brought me to France. They've got some yellow headlamps on this. Again, like so many cars designed by Alec Isagonis, amazing space efficiency, but maybe a bit austere for showroom appeal. 172 this one. Another 1750. It's very similar to the 1750 that I drove back in 2022, which was lime flower over lime flower, also a K-plate one. Another russet brown one here, again sort of 78, 79 on a T. Also a 1750. The 1500 Maxis were discontinued about 79, I think, and they weren't that popular for some reason. Can't remember the difference now between the power output for the 1.5 and 1750. Someone in the comment section below will tell me, I'm sure. Then a deluxe Maxi, 69 to 70. Is this a cable change car? Yeah, it is. You can tell that the front end is actually very different on the cable change cars as opposed to the rod change ones. Excellent. And then a late pre-Maxi 2, 1980 this will be. There we go, first registered 1970, that cable change one. We've got a rear wiper. Wow, I didn't realize you'd get one of those on that. 1750 HLS, as good as it got at the time for a Maxi. 1750 HL Super. I don't know which of those badges actually should be on the car or not, but there we go. Another one of these kind of earlier rod change ones. Again on the case about 71, 72. And then a Citroen yellow Allegro. Apparently an extremely late Series 1 car, and yes, it has got a Cortex steering wheel. There it is. Only the Series 1 Allegros have the Cortex steering wheel. Quite a survivor, that one. You can see the front end of this is different from the Series 2 as well. Superb, I like that very much. Another russet brown car, this time an Allegro 2-door. It's not the same one as Alex Assis has, by the way. This is an 1100 Deluxe, so it's almost at the bottom of the range. And then we've got some Van den Pla action. Yes, please, viewers. I like Van den Plas very much indeed. I think this is a Mark 1 Van den Pla, actually. This one is an automatic. These are actually quite nice cars to drive. They have a lot more sound deadening in them than the standard Allegros, and so they're a bit quieter, and the seats are really, really comfortable. Absolutely delightful. A couple of Allegro estates here. One's actually come from Germany, which is extraordinary. I think this is a Vermilion or Blaze Red, I don't know. White wall tyres. This is a Series 3 car, sort of 1980, 1981, in blue. Fabulous, yeah, 1.3L. And the estate is a 1500 Super. I have driven an Allegro estate as well as an early 1500 Super Deluxe 74 with a Cortex steering wheel. I've driven 3 Allegro based cars. And this is another Van den Pla here, which has a beige leather interior. Another automatic one. Excellent. This is a Series 1 as well, so 70 or 75 plate. And then a couple of Lego Series 3s, actually 3 of them. We'll come back to that one in a moment. So on a W, so 1980, 1981. Feeling is this is like an A Series one, yeah, it's a 1.3 HL. And then, oh viewers, 79 to 80 Austin Allegro 1750 Equipe. I think, I don't know, but I think this is a Series 2 because of the rear lights, but I could be completely wrong. The bumpers also are different on the Series 3s. They made both Series 2 and Series 3 a keep, so there we go. Yes, Mr. Brook from Beards and Bangers and I got very excited when we saw that car. Then Vermilion Series 3. See, yes, very obviously a Series 3 because due to rear lights. This is a 1.5L. And then we've got a Mark II, because it's marked for the Vanden Plas and Series 3 Allegro, a Mark II Russet Brown, 1977-78, Vanden Plas 1500, 5-speed manual, again with a beige leather interior and wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers, and that is, and again, a delightful car. Something exceptionally rare here. This is an Italian Innocenti Morris IM3, which is the Italian version of the ADO 16, and look at the front end, it's completely unique. All these little bits on these that are completely different from the British ones. Isn't that fantastic? Some quite rare stuff down here actually. First of all, we can look at this Bond Keep. This I think is from the early 60s. It's very obviously based on a Triumph Herald, like so many other cars, the Spitfires and GT6 and the Vitesse and things like that. These are cut down Herald doors. I think it's a Herald dash in there. But yeah, Bond modified it to their own specification. The later it keeps a very different front end, but that's clearly a sort of modified Herald silhouette. Then a Mini Clubman Estate, 78 approximately on an S. Been modified a bit, it might have a bit more power than standard. I think these normally had the 1.1 engine actually. Then a very nice Riley Elf. This is a Mark III, you can tell by the doors straight away. 1967-68. Riley, of course, discontinued as a Mark in 1969, so no longer with us. Based on the Mini, but with a lot better sort of, boot access and stuff like that in these, because of the longer rear end. Then an MG ZS, I think this is a 180, yeah, 180, 2002 to 3. Got hairpin wheels on this. Will make quite a nice noise, this, I imagine. Yeah, and I can't remember what name the colour that is now, but there we go. Quite a few more Z cars here than there normally are at this event, but it's probably popular with the Z register as well. And a Rover 100, which would be about sort of 1960-61. I drove one of these about 3 years ago actually. They have one of the most awkward gear changes you could possibly imagine. The steering as well is really, really heavy. It's like trying to sort of pilot a reluctant tug. But people like them. They're actually quite affordable in terms of the classic car scene, these P4s. And then a Triumph TR6, 72-73. Forget the name of this colour now, I'm afraid. But yeah, that is that's very nice. Very late Clubman. I think they stopped making them about 1981, and this is like an 81, 82 registration. Also got the what became the Austin Rover logo there, although Austin Rover as a brand didn't exist until 1982. It's got Cooper sports seats in it from a much later Mini from the 1990s, and that is an HL model. Something really rare here, a 1990-1991 Mini ERA, which has the MG Metro turbo engine in it. Wow, that is an exceptionally rare car. A bit more common is which is the Triumph Stag. This is a rather late one. It's a 76-77 registration. Quite sort of wind noise, by the way, viewers. Yeah, that's a manual one. Talking of minis, here is a 2000 Cooper Sport, one of the last ones made, or the 500 of the very last ones. And then a 1984-85 Jaguar XJ6 4.2 Sovereign. Very, very nice, viewers. And we have A beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. That is a rather appealing car to someone like me. Very, very nice indeed. Then a Mini 25 would have been made about 1984, 25th anniversary of the Mini. That's in really nice condition. I don't think I've seen this particular one before. Oh, there's a mini in the back. Mini. Superb. So both these cars are about the same year. Do you prefer the Jaguar or the Mini 25? Answer in the comment section below. Triumph Dolomite Sprint, 73, 74 on an M. Correct wheels, correct vinyl roof. Not my favourite colour for them, but in a nice bright one. 65 today. Excellent. A Morris Mini, probably an 850. What's a Mini Minor? Gosh, it's over 65 then. The Mini Minor was made between 1959 and 1961, so yeah, it'd be an early one. 65. Okay, so it'd be, was that 59 then? It'd be one of the very earliest ones. Crazy. Morris Minor commercial. They weren't called a Minor actually when they were made. These commercial variants. They were called like the Morris 600 weight and things like that. But nevertheless, these days we call them the Minor pickups and the Minor vans. This one's actually got a Traveller rear end on it. 67, 68. 1994 Range Rover Classic. I think by this stage it was gosh, it was the 3.9 perhaps. I can't remember. But this is a Vogue SE. It's got a very, very nice beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. This isn't the LSE. The LSE was a bit longer than this. This is a standard one, but it is very nice. Triumph TR7, 1980 to 81 registration, made at Canley. You can tell by the boot lock. There's a ridiculous fact for you, viewers. Very nice. And then a car we saw yesterday at Rustival, 1983 to 1984, Rover 2600S with an automatic gearbox. Very nice, viewers. Very much the specification that I liked, but my favourite though is the Van den Pla model. Mini Sprite, 1995-1996 Mark 6 Mini. The Sprite was kind of the one below the Cooper at the time. That's in lovely condition, normally with rust like no one's business. MG 1100, 1967. Funnily enough, as I said before, you don't get a rev counter in these, which is strange. Next, we've got a couple of Rover 75s. This one, again, we saw yesterday at Rustival. Beige leather interior, wooden piping, late pre-facelift one. This one, just before they faced it, which I think was sort of March 2004. And then by contrast, a Cowley built one. Again, a 2.5 V6. Probably a connoisseur or something. And that is rather nice. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again in the third part for even more incorrect information.